Thank you, Colton. The controversy keeps coming over the Phoenix Police Department's involvement in last month's presidential inauguration in Washington, D.C. First, police management was found guilty of discrimination during the process of choosing those officers to attend, and now accusations of more unfair treatment in the discipline process. All this under the new chief known for preaching accountability. CBS 5's Donna Rossi has more.
Phoenix Police Chief Daniel Garcia admits he is the one who wanted a diverse team going to the inauguration in Washington. To achieve that, Assistant Chief Tracy Montgomery and Commander Geary Brase used race and gender during the selection process. That sparked complaints, and the city's Equal Opportunity Department found them guilty of discrimination.
I take responsibility for this thing.
But some say Garcia is not walking the talk. When EOD found the three top brass violated the discrimination policy, the assistant city manager issued them a letter of concern, basically eluding discipline called for in police operations orders.
A supervisor who commits an act of discrimination or EEO violation is supposed to be referred to a disciplinary review board for a determination of a suspension of 1 to 5 days off.
Do you not fear that some people might say that this is hypocritical?
No, I don't. I don't.
And no police policies were violated to warrant an internal investigation?
I don't believe so. No, I don't.
How could you be found guilty of discrimination and not violate a police policy?
Again, because nobody was harmed in this issue.
If you are not holding yourself and your commanders accountable, how can you hold your officers accountable?
I think your statement's inaccurate. I think it's wrong. And I don't believe in what you're saying to me.
Donna joins me now live. So Donna, is this now over?
Well, it depends on who you ask. If you ask the police chief, if you ask the city managers, yes, it is. But if you ask the police union, as well as the union that represents the sergeants and the lieutenants, they say this actually muddies the waters. They're the groups that represent officers when they get in trouble. So they're thinking now, when their officers get accused and found guilty of discrimination, what are they going to do for discipline? Because those officers are going to demand exactly what the chief and the assistant chief and the commander got, and that's a letter of concern.
Right.
Which, by the way, is not on any discipline matrix that I found either in the city police department or in the city itself.
Very interesting. So we clearly heard you ask the chief, though, if you're not willing to hold yourself accountable, how can you expect others to hold themselves accountable to you? He didn't seem to answer that.
No, he really didn't. But during our one-on-one interview, he kept saying over and over again that he did not believe that any policies were violated here, that he didn't think anybody did anything wrong, that he corrected the selection process before anybody went to Washington, D.C. Remember, they redid that process, not using race and gender, only using seniority. So he feels that nobody got harmed, and so no policies were broken.
Well, obviously not everybody agrees with him. How do you think this is going to affect morale within the department, especially given that it's already suffered a bit because of the changes he's implemented?
Well, there's no doubt when new leaders come in, they make changes, and not everybody is happy about change. So he's certainly more than welcome to do those changes. But I don't think it's going to fare well as far as morale goes, because people already sometimes get the feeling that there are two sets of rules. One set of rules for managers and higher-ups in the department, and one set of rules for the rank-and-file officers. And they're going to point to this as proof of that. As a matter of fact, I just learned today that the plea that the union that represents the officers, as well as PPSLA, the union that represents the sergeants and lieutenants, they are joining together, which in and of itself is different. They're usually not together on things. They are hiring an outside firm to do a morale survey as well as a survey on management. So,
well, that speaks volumes right there.
I think it says a lot.
Okay, Donna Rossi, thanks so much.